Hi, sir.
I need you to design a motorcycle,
Yes, sir.
and I want it to be the best looking motorcycle in the market.
Yes, sir.
I want loads of power too.
Yes, sir.
I want it done by Monday morning.
Monday morning? Yes, sir. Done.
Let's party!
A few moments later.
I need you to come to the conference room right now.
Few minutes later.
Hey, come sir. Come in, come in. You wanted to see me? Bike you design suspiciously like a Kawasaki Z650. The engine seems to be lifted from a Benelli. I love it.
The SRK 400 is a motorcycle that you hear first before it comes into view. A 400cc parallel twin motor that has a bellow, which is one of the best I've heard south of the Ducati L-Twin in terms of pricing. And once it does come into view, well, you'll be hooked onto the chisel creases and muscular proportions. Well, if your only criteria from a 400cc motorcycle is that it looks good and it sounds good, well, I think you should stop this review right now and go and buy one for yourself. But if you want to know more and you want to dive deeper into the underbelly of the SRK 400, well, you should stay tuned. My name is Karan Mathur, welcome to AutoX, and let's get started. In terms of design, there is no hiding the fact that the SRK 400 looks a lot like a Japanese 900cc motorcycle whose name I won't mention here. It's Kawasaki, by the way. But if you're going to use a bike as a design inspiration, might as well be one of the best. On paper, the SRK 400 looks chiseled, it looks smart, it looks hunkered down, it looks ready to attack. But once you see it in person, I think it's smaller, it's shorter, and a bit pudgy. Also due to the fact that you get 110 section tires at the front and 150 section tires at the back. And that kind of makes the bike look a little undertired, like a bodybuilder who skips leg day. When it comes to features, despite the asking price, the SRK 400 can only be called basic. You get a reverse LCD display, not a colored TFT like in its competition, and gives you only the basic information. The only safety feature which was worth mentioning are the dual pedal discs on both ends and dual channel ABS. There is no traction control or lean sensitive electronics like the cheaper KTM Duke 390. Now let's talk about ergonomics, and I feel the SRK 400 is one of the best bikes in its segment for shorter riders. For example, I'm 5'6" and I have no issue with my feet touching the ground, and I have no issue maneuvering the motorcycle in tight spots. The seat, I feel, is positioned at the right height and the handlebars fall perfectly into my hands. However, one issue I did face was with the foot pegs. I feel they're in too much of a neutral position and I would have liked them to be set back just a little bit. This is because it gets problematic holding onto the motorcycle with your inner ankle. But overall, this is a comfortable motorcycle to be, and from the pictures, it looks hunkered forward and you would feel it's a bit too much of an aggressive riding position, but it's really not. It's pretty neutral, and this would serve as the perfect motorcycle for someone who wants to do the everyday city commutes along with the occasional weekend trips. Now we talk about performance. The bike, as I mentioned, gets a 400cc parallel twin motor, and the biggest talking point has to be the way this exhaust sounds. It sounds really good, it sounds really grunty, all the way from low RPM all the way till red line at 9000 RPM. However, if you expect power to come in droves all the way till the red line, well then you are setting up yourself for disappointment. You get a healthy amount of power and torque at low RPMs, and the engine does like to be revved out, but the power does taper out pretty quick. At the end of every ride, you will come off the motorcycle pretty satisfied with how the bike sounds, but not exactly the way it goes. The power delivery isn't snappy like the KTM Duke 390. Instead, this bike likes to take things gentle. However, you'll be mistaken if you think it is lethargic or underpowered. It is just right, in my opinion, for everyday use. Now, I, being 70 kgs, managed to achieve a top speed of 161 kilometers, and that is plenty fast in our road conditions. You get a 6-speed gearbox to feed all the power to the rear wheels, and the gear ratios feel pretty well spaced out for everyday use, like I'd mentioned previously. Now we come to the handling, and this is a pretty fun motorcycle in my opinion. It's light and agile with the ability to flick through traffic and corners pretty easily, and with the easy riding start, everyday commutes become a lot easier. However, due to the positioning of the foot pegs, you start dragging motorcycle parts through corners pretty easily. Overall, it has a pretty neutral and easygoing personality, which is the opposite of the impression you get with its design. Now it's time to sum up this review. Harley has given us the X440 and Triumph has given us the Speed 400X. Both motorcycles do what this does, and all for ₹1 lakh cheaper. However, what this has going for it is the way it looks and the way it sounds. You'll always enjoy taking it out for joyrides, and you'll always enjoy looking at it off the rider's seat. But it does command a steep asking price of ₹3.5 lakh. However, if you do enjoy the two aspects I just mentioned, this is a pretty good motorcycle to have in your garage. Well, that's it for me. What do you guys think about the SRK 400? Do tell us in the comment section down below. My name is Karan Mathur. If you like the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't.